Hello rock fans, I'm Falco from the German YouTube channel Zocket. Today I present you my personal ranking of the current world wonders in the game. If you don't want to miss any videos about Rise of Cultures, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Firstly, a brief introduction to world wonders. Buildings of this type are unlocked when you reach the respective age and require research points and blueprints in addition to the usual coins and food to build. If you have collected enough blueprints of the building, for example by paying research points into corresponding world wonders of other players, and you have paid all resources, you can construct the building. But that's not the end of it. By paying in more coins, food and goods and collecting blueprints, you unlock more levels and can continue to upgrade the building, increasing its effects. Up to level 10, this increase is usually the highest and the appearance also changes. The maximum level is 30. Currently, there are 7 world wonders. Comparing the buildings is relatively difficult, because the effects are very different and their usefulness depends on your playstyle. So your ranking could be very different from mine. Feel free to post your version in the comments below. Number 7. Hagia Sophia, almost 1500 years old mosque in today's Istanbul. Hagia Sophia is the world wonder from the Byzantine era with a production of random goods. These can be from the current era or the previous era. Upgrading the building increases the amount of goods. Unfortunately, that's about it. While this is advantageous for players who want to rely completely on trading, the amount of goods is never really decisively high. At level 10, this is 430 goods from the current era or 480 goods from the previous era. In the Byzantine era, from which the building is, you can already produce 120 goods every 2 hours per workshop. So a single workshop could already produce the daily production of the Hagia Sophia in only 8 hours. The only difference is that 5 workers have to be assigned for this period. For the Hagia, on the other hand, hundreds of research points and millions of resources had to be spent up to this point. In my opinion, as not too much of an advantage to build this building, and thus only 7th place. Number 6. Stonehenge, legendary over 4000 years old stone constellation in England. Stonehenge is directly the first world wonder from the Bronze Age. As it to be expected, it is accordingly so incredibly good. The coin boost and 1 additional research point every 10 levels can certainly help young cities to build up, but are rather negligible later on and get lost in the shuffle. Number 5. Hanging Gardens, elaborate gardens in ancient Babylon. The Hanging Gardens also come into play quite early with the Minoan era. Unlike Stonehenge, we have a food boost here, but it has the same percentages on all levels, as well as workers instead of research points. However, there's only 1 more of these every 15 levels. In my opinion, these can be used more universally in the city to complete various tasks, so the Hanging Gardens are 1 rank higher in my ranking. Number 4. Statue of Zeus, 13 meters high colossal statue in the Temple of Zeus in Olympia. The statue of Zeus is the most simplistic world wonder in the game. It offers only 1 effect, a boost to the combat power of your infantry units in battle. However, the building is also very small, quite cheap, and can be built from classic Greece onward. Number 3. Colosseum, largest amphitheater in ancient Rome. The Colosseum is actually just like the statue of Zeus, but with an additional effect and a much larger size. It gives a boost to the attack power of the heavy infantry, which is exactly the same amount as in the statue of Zeus. In addition, there's also an extra worker every 15 levels. Number 2. Temple of Artemis, biggest temple of the antiquity. The Temple of Artemis completes the trilogy of combat power boosters. The temple provides an identical boost as the Statue of Zeus and the Colosseum, but for ranged units. Furthermore, just like the Colosseum, this building also gives an additional worker every 15 levels. But instead of starting with 1 worker on level 1, you start with 2 workers. That's why this building is a bit higher in this ranking. However, it should be noted that the size is also significantly larger. Number 1. Palace of Aachen, seat of Charles the Great in Aachen, today's Germany. The Palace of Aachen is one of the newest buildings from the Age of Franks and the only currently available world wonder which even offers 3 effects. First, a health boost for all infantry units. The other 2 effects go hand in hand. The Palace of Aachen also serves as a barracks and allows you to recruit 2 squads of Imperial Guards, a unique infantry unit. And the third effect reduces the recruitment time of these units in the Palace of Aachen. This not only makes this building the one with the most effects, but in my opinion it also makes it the one with the biggest noticeable effect in the game, as you suddenly have significantly more units available when fighting, allowing you to fight more efficiently and more often. What do you think is the best world wonder? Let us know in the comments below. See you soon!